Bangladesh stands as a remarkable example in the landscape of global development, home to some of the world's most influential and far-reaching non-governmental organizations. From BRAC and Grameen Bank to ASA and Proshika, these organizations have not only redefined the possibilities of social intervention at home, but have also exported their models and expertise across continents. To understand how this came to be, we must look back at the country's tumultuous history, the challenges it faced, and the unique blend of innovation, resilience, and community spirit that came to define its civil society. The story of Bangladesh is one of both hardship and triumph. In 1971, after a brutal war of independence, the country emerged as a new nation, but one ravaged by devastation. The scars of conflict were compounded by natural disasters, famine, cyclones, and flooding that repeatedly battered the young nation. Infrastructure lay in ruins. The government's capacity to provide basic services was severely limited, and millions of people found themselves pushed to the brink of survival. In such a context, the need for immediate and innovative solutions was urgent and undeniable. It was in this crucible of adversity that Bangladesh's NGOs found their calling. With the government's reach stretched thin, these organizations stepped into the breach. They began by providing the essentials: food relief, shelter, and medical aid to communities in desperate need. But these organizations did not stop there. They quickly recognized that the challenges facing Bangladesh were not temporary, but structural. Poverty, illiteracy, and lack of access to healthcare were endemic problems requiring long-term, sustainable solutions. One of the most transformative innovations to emerge from this context was the microfinance revolution. Dr. Muhammad Yunus, an economics professor, observed that the poor were caught in a cycle, unable to access credit from traditional banks, and thus unable to invest in small businesses or improvements in their livelihoods. In response, he pioneered the concept of microcredit through the Grameen Bank, offering tiny loans to the poor, especially women, without collateral. This seemingly simple idea had groundbreaking results. With access to credit, millions found a path to self-employment, financial independence, and dignity. Microfinance became not just a tool for poverty alleviation in Bangladesh, but a global movement that has since reached Africa, Latin America, and many other regions. At the same time, organizations like BRAC were redefining what it meant to work at the grassroots. Beginning with small-scale programs in rural villages, BRAC focused on empowering communities to take charge of their own development. They trained health workers, established schools, and introduced agricultural programs, all with a strong emphasis on local participation and leadership. This bottom-up approach proved remarkably effective. Over time, BRAC grew into the largest NGO in the world, operating not just in Bangladesh, but in multiple countries across Asia and Africa. Its model of community-driven development became a blueprint for others, demonstrating that solutions rooted in local realities can be scaled successfully. Part of the success of Bangladeshi NGOs lies in their ability to innovate and adapt. Whether tackling education, health, or economic empowerment, these organizations have consistently experimented with new approaches, learning from failures and building on successes. BRAC's social enterprises, ranging from dairy production to handicrafts, are just one example of how NGOs have diversified their activities to ensure both sustainability and impact. International partnerships have also played a crucial role. After independence, Bangladesh drew the attention and support of global donors, the United Nations, and a host of development agencies. These actors were eager to help, but often lacked direct channels to reach those most in need. NGOs became the critical intermediaries, channeling aid and resources directly into communities. Their effectiveness on the ground built credibility, attracted further funding, and allowed them to scale their operations rapidly. This trust between local NGOs and international partners continues to be a cornerstone of Bangladesh's development success story. Another key factor is the human capital that Bangladesh could mobilize. The country boasts a large population of educated individuals, teachers, health workers, organizers, who, despite limited economic opportunities, were driven by a strong sense of social mission. Cultural values in Bangladesh emphasize community, resilience, and a collective responsibility for the less fortunate. These values have fueled a vibrant civil society, with countless individuals dedicating their time and skills to the service of others. The relatively low cost of labor also made it possible for NGOs to operate at a scale that would be difficult to match elsewhere. As these organizations achieved success at home, their influence began to spread beyond Bangladesh's borders. BRAC, for instance, now operates in countries as diverse as Uganda, Liberia, and Afghanistan, adapting its holistic model to tackle issues from education to agriculture. Grameen's microfinance principles have inspired countless programs worldwide, and Dr. Yunus himself was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize in recognition of his contributions. Bangladeshi NGOs are now sought after for their expertise in poverty reduction, women's empowerment, and innovative development strategies. They provide technical assistance, share best practices, and help build local capacity in countries facing similar challenges. What makes the Bangladeshi experience particularly compelling is its demonstration that transformative change can emerge from the most challenging circumstances. Rather than being passive recipients of aid, these organizations have shown agency, creativity, and a willingness to experiment. They have illustrated that development is not a one-size-fits-all endeavor. It must be rooted in the realities of the people it serves. The impact of these NGOs is visible in countless ways. Literacy rates in Bangladesh have climbed steadily, child mortality has fallen, and millions of women have gained access to financial services, healthcare, and education. Communities have learned to organize, advocate for their rights, and build resilience against future crises. The ripple effects extend beyond borders as well, with Bangladeshi models influencing policy and practice across the global south. What lessons can other countries and organizations draw from Bangladesh's experience? Perhaps the most important is the power of community-driven innovation. When local people are empowered to identify their own needs and design their own solutions, the results can be both effective and sustainable. Flexibility and adaptability are also crucial. The willingness to try new things, learn from setbacks, and scale what works is at the heart of the Bangladeshi approach. Strong partnerships between NGOs, governments, and international actors amplify impact and ensure that resources reach those who need them most. Above all, the Bangladeshi story is one of hope. It reminds us that even in the face of overwhelming odds, poverty, disaster, conflict, human ingenuity and solidarity can prevail. The success of its NGOs is not just a testament to organizational skill, but to the indomitable spirit of a people determined to build a better future. As these organizations continue to innovate, expand, and inspire, they offer a powerful example to the world that lasting change is possible and that it often begins at the grassroots. In sum, Bangladesh's unique trajectory, from a nation born in hardship to a global leader in social development, has been shaped by a combination of historical necessity, grassroots innovation, international collaboration, and a deep commitment to social justice. Its NGOs have shown that with vision, dedication, and the involvement of local communities, transformative development is within reach. Today, their influence is felt not just in Bangladesh, but in communities around the world, offering hope and inspiration to all who seek to build a more just and equitable world.